لكن تحديت الظروف وخضتها وحدي صبورا مستعينا بالصلاة. كم مرة عصف الأنين بداخلي، كم مرة قد ذاق قلبي من أساه محن تمر، وكم كرهت مصابها.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. ما بعد. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. حياكم Allah to all the viewers watching. Subhanallah, a productive 48 hours. I think by the time I record this video, it'll be about 72 hours. Subhanallah al-Azim. So those who are aware, last couple of days, by the time this video will be recorded, I released a video, as you can see on screen, the thumbnail, regarding monetizing Islam, the Islamic industry, and it just highlighted some questions, some hard-hitting questions that was asked to certain brothers, and it was requesting transparency and whatnot. Now, come back to me now. Now, over the past couple of months, over the past couple of months, I've been recording videos on the charity sector, requesting, transparency, as they collected from the Ummah, requesting them to come forward and provide that transparency. There's no dispute about this. They needed someone to come forward and put their neck on the line, which I have no problem doing. As I said before, these questions have been long ignored, hence why I recorded the videos that I have. The purpose and the framework and the objective was that the industries, whether it be the Islamic industry or the charity sector or anything connected to the deen in totality, whoever is collecting the wealth, there is a obligation on those to come forward and provide transparency. So there's no dispute. I think anyone that's watching my videos would know that there's no issues with the line of questioning because it's well needed. Now, Ali Dawah has come forward, subhanallah al-azim, and he recorded a video which I would respond to. And as I say, it's not going to be a tick for tack. And I've had conversations with Ali privately, which he mentioned regarding the free mixing issue with Sheikh Ujairi, Muhammad Hijab. And we obviously had a conversation. I don't want to go into the details, but we had a back and forth. We still disagree, which is not a problem. And me and Ali always have our back and forth, even privately. And I remind him of a certain issue because he made a point regarding about not coming to me privately. So first off, what I'll do is I'll just respond to that and then go by each point as the video continues. So let's have a watch.
Today a video was sent to me from our brother Hajji, may Allah bless and preserve him, inshallah. And the video was pertaining to making matters very transparent. I watched the video. I agree with his points. I've mentioned this many times, multiple times, that the dawah scene has turned into a corporate business world. Charges, this, that, you want something, how much do you... The first thing is, how much are you going to give me? How much? It's all about that. And I've been very vocal about this from the get-go. Okay, it's something very dangerous. We need to rectify intentions. We don't want to be the first free people to enter the hellfire because we did it for the money, view, fame, likes, or whatever for that matter. We should be very, very careful with this, brothers and sisters. Okay, now I've made this very clear. However, Brother Hajji, again, he has my number, which I could have contacted him and speak to him. Because he's doing a video, I'm going to reply with a video and be like, Aki, you have my number. We met a couple of months ago pertaining to the free mix issue of the bitter truth, which you hold that opinion, no problem. Me, you, Muhammad Hijab and Sheikh Ujairi, we sat down, we spoke. We talked about different opinion on this matter. It's simple as that. We spoke about this. So you have my number. You should have messaged me. You spoke to me. And because you have every right, like I said before, to ask questions. But the video was a bit on the side of speculations and assumptions and a question mark on myself, which was a little bit distasteful. But at the end of the day, this is the reason why I was left with no choice but to come and do this video and be absolutely transparent and answer every single question you're asking. I believe it could have been in a better way, because if you called me, I would have done these. I would have explained to you on the phone. Then you wouldn't have to do the video, which caused me to do this video, which will obviously might make it look like, it wouldn't look favorable from your side.
Ali Dawah raised the point that I had his number and I could have contacted him privately. It would have saved this back and forth, and we already had, a certain disagreement. But I went down to London, spoke to Sheikh Ujairi, Ali Dawah himself, and Muhammad Hijab. We had a pleasant conversation. I like Hijab. They ask you for the receipts. Yeah, I love that. But getting to this particular issue, and I'll answer that question to you directly, Ali. Back, I think about 6 months to a year ago, you recorded a video, and I'm going to get to the point as to why I didn't contact you privately. And you made an issue regarding the awra. You remember this vividly. And it was regarding the awra that is the sort of the micro awra and the macro awra. The awra mukhaffafa wa mughallada. That the major awra and the minor awra. And you said that a man showing or his aura being above his knees is just the same as a naked woman roaming the street. That was incorrect. So did I make a video did I make a video publicly saying Ali Dawah? I picked up the phone, or I sent a voice note and I said, Ali, this is incorrect. It'd be best to retract this, etc., etc. So it's not that I'm looking for clout or I'm looking for views. And we've had conversations in the past as well, i.e. when you had that debate with Apostate Prophet, I sent you a message. The purpose of making this public regarding the Islamic industry is that because I have a relationship with you, that would show favoritism. I'm requesting the charities and those who are interested, right, could check out the playlist as you can see. And I'll be making videos on the charity sector for over 2 months. So if I contact you privately and say, Ali, show me the receipts, it's not my money. I haven't donated to your prayer mats. And as I said, it's a noble cause. So you coming out publicly, right? You coming out publicly, may Allah reward you, and showing the $155,000 and showing it on screen and said, this is the bank account, this is the money that I spent. That's the purpose of me doing the video. The purpose is for you to come public and show the ummah that you spent the money. The objective was exactly that. And likewise, I request it from Dawah man or whoever else, because it's the ummah's money. If they are spending the ummah's money, whoever asks, as I said in the video, if you could return back to it, I asked that you make it clear. Like Dawah man requested a studio. If anyone asked him where's the receipts and whatnot, that's their right. So this is positive that you came out public. And you know as well as I do, and you can look me in the eye as well, if the video didn't get the traction it did, you wouldn't have made this video. You know that as well, and Hijab knows that as well. But it got the traction it did because it's a pertinent issue that people are concerned about. So you came out publicly, which is the desired result. And alhamdulillah, you did that. That's the answer to question number 1. They contact you privately, which I've done in the past, which you could acknowledge. The Aura, Apostate Prophet, I contacted you privately. I didn't do what you accused the others of doing, of backstabbing, when you had that debate with Apostate Prophet, and I said it wasn't favourable. It was a bad look, the way you conducted the debate, it wasn't good. It reflected bad on you. And I contacted you privately for that, and you know that as well. And likewise with the Aura, when you made that comment, I contacted you privately. But this issue, I wanted you to come public, which you have, and it's very positive, because this is going to set a precedent, right, for others when asked. Like I said, it's not for everyone to go around and say, show me receipts and whatnot. If they want to, that's their haqq. If they've donated, they've got more of a right to ask. But you've done that. So that's brilliant. I want to bring your attention to an author from Imam Ahmad rahmatullah alayh. And as you can see on screen, we've got the book, Sira A'lami Nubala by Imam al-Dahbi rahmatullah alayh. So as you can see on screen, we've got the biography of Ishaq bin Rahawayh. Ishaq bin Rahawayh. And I forgot to mention, a lot of people ask, bro Hajji, why don't you mention the volume number and the page number? So here you go. So it's volume 11, page 358. But this author from Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal is 371. And he mentions that Imam Ahmad rahmatullah alayh said that no one crossed the bridge, right, to Khurasan similar to Ishaq. Similar to Ishaq. Even if he opposed us in things. Even if he opposes in things. And then he ends up by saying, for indeed the people will always continue to differ with each other, will oppose each other. It will always happen. It's not a big deal. So come back to me now. So this particular issue, I don't think we've got a disagreement. It's about asking for transparency, which you've come out. Subhanallah al-Azim. And going back to the original point of not contacting you privately is because it's public money. It's the ummah's wealth. You having a private conversation with me on the phone for me to contact you defeats the objective. So you coming out publicly has a bigger impact and sets a positive tone for those who are collecting wealth of the ummah when requested, will definitely provide the transparency and the receipts and whatnot. So the comment section brothers have sent me have been quite positive. And as you can see on screen, these are in your own comment section. He mentions, I can understand where Bro Hajji is coming from. As we all know, over the years, there have been many so-called Islamic charities, associations and the like that have broken trust and committed fraud. Like charities, for example, like Penny Appeal. Every other week they're in the bloody newspapers and the articles. Human Appeal got, found out, and we don't want to go into their details. And there's many more. Crisis Aid, and, the list goes on and on. So, just to add that sort of transparency is important. But the brothers should have initially contacted Bro Hajji in private, Bro Hajji is myself, initially contacted Bro Ali in private instead of it going public. And again, I explained why I made it go public, because I wanted you to respond in public, which you did. And everyone else, not just you, everyone else. And provide the transparency and the receipts. Ali, don't take it the wrong way. It was good Bro Hajji raised this issue because this will shut up those who accuse or think bad of you. I'm sure Bro Hajji did not have bad intentions. I've never accused anyone of maliciousness. Even the ones that are, seem a bit dubious to me. Never said that you're taking the money and eating it and buying Ferraris or buying Teslas. I'm not accusing anyone. Disagree. I think Ali should have been proactive at publishing this information publicly so people do not get suspicious. I think this discussion should be public. Not over a phone call, because this is a community matter. Exactly what I'm saying. Not a private matter or an Nasiha situation. I don't think Bro Hajji is incorrect in his approach on this, as you gather the Ummah's wealth for charity. It's only natural that you are publicly transparent regarding the spending and the output. Being publicly transparent means providing clear and accessible information to the public about how you spend their donations or spent their donations. If you've already done that or provided this level of clarification, I don't think Bro Hajji would have questioned you, which I've got no right to do. But as it's the Ummah's wealth and it hasn't been made public, and you mentioned other points which we'll get to, but this is the whole purpose. However, to clarify privately would not do justice in making the information transparent to the public. Exactly my point. He's definitely not backstabbing you. I know you mentioned backstabbing for various others. Any of you accuse me of that, it wouldn't make a difference to me anyway. He's directing you publicly to the matter that not supposed to be directed privately. And the last one, people understand where Bro Hajji is coming from, but understand if you wanted transparency, and contact the brother and tell him to make a video for other people's benefit instead of making a video as a call out. So I just want to put that point to bed about why I didn't contact you privately. You could confirm that I've contacted you privately on many occasions. As I mentioned, the APUS issue, the Aura issue, contacted you privately. With the APUS, everyone went public. I didn't go public. Even though I voiced my concern and I addressed it to you privately, I wasn't happy. But you can't say that I don't contact you privately. Certain issues need to go public. The free mixing one did. And we disagree. We always disagree. But just to add, me and Ali got a good relationship. Me and Hijab got a good relationship. I know you did in the little video. Where's the receipts? And it's good. We having this public disagreement shows that brothers can disagree, like Ishaq ibn Rahawayh with Imam Ahmed and the Immatul Salaf. It's not a big deal at all.
Number two, you talked about a private limited company. Okay, the only reason we opened the private limited company is because we've been having difficulty opening a bank account. We spoke to Charity Commission. By the way, another misconception, we are a charity. We are a registered charity about a year ago. So we are not a private limited company. We opened that account, private limited company, because we had to open a bank account because they were not allowing us to open a bank account. Our bank account is with, alhamdulillah, another charity's account because there was nowhere else to hold the funds. And alhamdulillah, finally, this week actually, at the end of the week, after one whole year of trying to open a bank account, speaking to the Charity Commission, which they told us that banks are making it difficult for charities, that they even wrote a letter to them, alhamdulillah, we finally have a bank account officially, inshallah, for Salam, and all of those funds are going there. Number two, we did not raise £33,000, Aki Hajji. We raised £330,000. £330,000. Okay, now, and the year before that, 2 years ago, we raised £270,000. Last year, we raised £130,000. Aki, the project is so big. The people believe in it so much. It's a beautiful Sadaqah Jari project. And people are going to not hear about it. They are going to visually see what we're going to do with their funds. That was misconception number one. Misconception number two, that we are buying this prayer mass, etc. There's a profit margin. Uqsam billah, I swear upon the Rabb of the Kaaba. Number one, on the screen, here are the evidences of the two. This is not part of the script.
Huh? Tell us the truth about the situation.
So, in a nutshell.
Shut your mouth and show the receipt.
Oh, number one, there are two transactions that are made to I made two transactions to Turkey, the factory in Turkey, alhamdulillah, which you can see on the screen. So the two screenshots that you can see of 62,000 pounds is the total, inshallah, with the currency the conversion rate, brothers and sisters. Yeah, the invoice that you can see as well is from Tenfold, which is that what they requested to subhanallah, and we convert that to pounds. It comes to roughly about 126,000 pounds. The bank account which I've shown you on the screen is clearly there, so it went there. So now, one other misconception that you said, Aki Hajji, was that there are profit margins. There is no profit margins. Okay, there is no profit margins. We do not sell them.
So Ali Dawah mentioned that he raised £330,000. I said 33,000 by going by that campaign, the recent one, but he's raised £330,000 a year before, a couple of years before that, £270,000, and then £130,000. So that campaign I was referring to was a recent campaign. So from that particular point, yeah, that's new information to me. So Allah barik feek for keeping me updated for that, or with that. Now, I know Salam Initiative from 2018 when you incorporate the business, it was a private limited company. You obviously were raising during that period, and that company got dissolved, I think, in 2022. So maybe you were requesting charitable status or requesting the Charity Commission to register as a charity during that 4 years, was it? Allahu Alam. But you were raising funds for the prayer match during that period. So that's fine. £330,000, £270,000, £130,000. Yep, it would be nice. And again, you could send it to me privately as well if you want to come public with it. That'd be great. That all the money that you've raised during the period that when Salam Initiative was a private limited company, not the one that you recently registered for charitable status, I think it was on the 19th of April 2023. Obviously now, alhamdulillah, you've got charitable, you got registered as a registered charity as per the Charity Commission. But prior to that, I think the 4 years from when Salam Initiative was incorporated, it was a private limited company. But again, you might have been obviously requesting charitable status or requesting a registration from the Charity Commission to be officially registered. So that period, do you have receipts for that? And again, this is what you mentioned. I wasn't aware of it. And like you said, I wouldn't be following your lives or your appeals. But you've raised, well, if I do the math, right, £330,000, add £270,000, add £130,000. That's £730,000 sterling. So the way you showed your receipts for the, was it $155,000, the 60,000 and 60,000 you showed the statement. A request from me would be that £730,000, if you could provide transparency with that as well, because it was during the period when Salam Initiative was active, 2022. So yeah, two years ago. Yeah, so about that time, you could provide the receipts for that as well, because you would have had a bank account by then, because you were having, you were disclosing the accounts during that particular 4 year period. So that will be respected if you could do that. You can send it to me privately. You don't need to be public. Like I said, it's not a tick for tack. This is exactly what I want, and it's positive and it's good that you've come out and shown the initial or the recent appeal, showing the 155,000 that you've sent. You said you're not making, it's not for profit. Like I said, a private limited company, naturally, when you set up a private limited company, it's for profit. That's what a private limited company does, is make profit. You don't create a business just make a loss or to break even, right? As per Salam Initiative during those 4 years. But like I said, giving you the benefit of the doubt, like you provided confirmation that you took you a year to set up Salam, the charity, but Salam Initiative wasn't. Okay, so again, give me the benefit of the doubt, 70 udhran, 70 excuses. So if you could provide that, that'd be brilliant.
Now, going forward, I invite Brother Hajji all day, every day to our new studio at Salam. He can come and see all the operations. And for anybody that donated,
I accept your invitation. I think Al-Afia. So yeah, I'll come down to Salam like I always come down, and I'll have a look at the Salam studio. I know you did a video where you had a previous studio where it was raining and it was all wet and stuff, so you moved to a new studio. I'll come there, no problem. Bi-idhnillah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I accept your invitation, no problem at all. So this is positive, with all due respect. What I've been discussing over the past 2 months and the issues regarding the charity sector and the issues regarding the Islamic industry, which I've just started now, there is a considerable concern from the Ummah. So no doubt there is decent charities out there, of course, but there are bad charities out there. And of course there are institutes and organizations, Islamic institutes that are good, but there are also bad as well. So Amr bil Ma'ruf wa Nahy al-Munkar is Qutub al-Din, as Imam Ghazali said, and I keep mentioning that. Okay, I always have an open mind when it comes to these issues. It's not I told you so, but someone needs to open up this conversation. So I don't mind putting my neck out on the line like I've done previously with the charity sector and not like with the Islamic industry. Ultimately, your name was mentioned along with others. I made a point about people can charge whatever they want as part of the wider video, right? When I mentioned about, Dawah Man, or if it was not Yasir Qadi, about their retreats and whatnot. I think you missed the point here, and I'll explain why. That if people charge whatever they want, right? And you see the way the Dawah scene is going. You see where it's heading. You've also admitted it at the start of the video. The charity sector and the Dawah scene and whatnot. We live in a capitalistic society. So if you're enforcing this by saying, yeah, they can charge whatever they want. They could, you go on a retreat, they could charge 5 bags, 6 bags. Like I said, I'm not saying profit is haram. I mentioned that before. You can refer to my previous videos. It's not as if this is hidden. This is ongoing. If anyone, and I'll make this dua again, if anyone is capitalizing, usurping the wealth of the ummah, and not being transparent, may Allah humiliate and disgrace him in this world and the hereafter. Ameen. I'm saying that publicly. So once we have this open and transparent conversation, which you've done with one of your campaigns, and the other receipts, I'm sure you'll have them as well, and you send them to me, or you'll make it public as well. This is what should be the norm. This is what should be the norm in the first place. It didn't have to take me to come out publicly and say what is happening, because we have jealousy for our religion. With all due respect, Ali, I don't care what people think about me either. Don't really care like the way you don't care. And we've worked together on many things in the past, and you know what I'm talking about. And people came at us, and I've got thick skin, with all due respect, and I'm sure you've got thick skin as well. So my video, and you know, there's no malicious intent. It was a general video. You were mentioned publicly, as I mentioned before, I don't want to repeat, for a specific reason, but the others were mentioned as well. So yes, if you believe anyone could charge what they want, so you could go on a retreat, pay 6-7 grand, this is the effect of capitalism. And again, if people bank off the da'wah, again, it's everyone needs to eat, like you said, but there's limitations. You know, and I'm going to go into my video about the fitna, as you can see on screen, about indeed the wealth is a fitna, as per the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's hadith. There's been horror stories. The dangerous relationship between da'wah and money is a real concern. So you enforcing and saying they can charge whatever they want, it's problematic. It's problematic. And you went on the comment section on my channel. You know how people are feeling. Leave your specific prayer mats to one side. I'm speaking about the Islamic industry as a whole. It's capitalistic by nature. The people who feel the way they do, not because Bro Hajji started recording videos all of a sudden and saying transparency, transparency, is that they didn't have a voice. And as I said, I'm willing to put my neck out on the line. And we've had private conversations where we've disagreed publicly. And that's not a big deal. Me and Hijab disagree. Me and you disagree. We had a conversation with Sheikh Wajeri. It's something normal. We have these banter, but as per this particular issue and this transparency conversation, it needs to be public. So I'm happy that you responded. May Allah reward you. It's very positive. And I hope that this will be a precedent for others who are collecting money on behalf of the ummah. Like I said, I'm not shouting foul play. It's not like the boy who cried wolf. I'm asking questions, pertinent questions. And it's my right to ask. And it's not just my right to ask, it's anyone's right to ask. And I'd like to end up by saying Jazakumullah khair to Ali Dawah for bringing this information to the public. It didn't have to. But you know, if the views weren't as they were, you would not come out publicly. And Hijab, show us the receipts. You show me your receipts as well. So, alhamdulillah, this is beautiful. I like this. This is positive. This is productive. And I hope, bi'idhnillah subhanahu wa ta'ala, others follow suit. Not just because Bro Hajji says. You know, Bro Hajji's got a little channel. You know, this should be done as a knee-jerk reaction. This should be instinctively. Alhamdulillah. If anyone's asked, go for it. No one asked, okay, that's fine. But whoever does, one shouldn't be like, okay, who are you? How many followers you got? Bro, had you got, 6,000 views in less than 13 hours? Let's make a video. You know that's happened. Okay, so take care of yourselves. Sallallahu ala nabiyyina Muhammad.
ليس الغريب غريب الشام واليمن إن الغريب غريب اللحد والكفن إن الغريب له حق لغربته على المقيمين في الأوطان والسكن سفر بعيد وزاد لن يبلغني وقوتي ضعفت والموت يطلبني ما أحلم الله عني حيث أمهلني وقد تماديت في ذنبي ويسترني تمر ساعة